Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation for the Project Hack 7 competition. We are Mystic Jag, and we are looking at predictive hit release modeling question that has been submitted by Jacobs. Our agenda is the following. We're going to start by describing the problem statement that has been submitted to us. Then we're going to describe the user story, which is the problem from the perspective of a user. Then we're going to talk to you about the approach that we went to solve that problem, and then the outputs and benefits that you might get out of it. So the problem is, what is the likelihood of a hit? And we want to know 2 months in advance. A hit for a business is defined as the project essentially being unprofitable. And we're going to find that out using a machine learning model that uses data from previous projects. So the user story is going to look quite similar for business lead and manager of projects. The business lead wants to know ahead of time if a project is going to be a hit so that they can develop mitigation strategies. And the manager of project is then going to take them and implement them within the teams. Our output is something like, this project has an 80% chance of being a hit in 2 months' time.
So just to summarize the data given to us by Jacobs, this was month-by-month data for 2,000 projects, with information including basic project information, status, RAG scores, and financial metrics. And just to reiterate, a project is a hit when it has lost money, i.e. when the GM variance is negative at the last active date. So data cleaning, there are a lot of different projects, and for our algorithm, we only needed projects that were active and then closed, which meant we had to remove quite a few. And due to the nature of the algorithm, we needed to remove quite a few columns, and these included categorical variables with high cardinality, columns unlikely to impact the chance of hit, and highly correlated variables, which we chose based on the correlation graph you can see on the right-hand side. So even though the data cleaning was relatively straightforward, we did face a dilemma when it came to the time series problem, the algorithm. So the problem we faced was that we wanted to maintain the variation of the variables month by month, but we also wanted to keep the relationship between the variables across the row. So our solution was to take the difference month on month and add this as a separate column. However, this did mean that more months of data created more columns, which limits the algorithm. So the model we used was XGBoost, which is a gradient boosted decision trees, and this gave an accuracy of 82.49%, which we're pretty proud of. And you can see on the right hand side, this there is an inbuilt package in XGBoost which lets you plot the feature importances. So these are the features that had the most impact on predicting whether or not a project was going to be a hit.
I'm now going to take you and demo you for our proof of concept report within Power BI. So I am a business lead of Jacobs. Looking across my project portfolio, we can see here that there are 2,400 projects within my portfolio, and 49% of these have actually been predicted to be a hit. Within this report, we've defined anything above 50% to be a hit. Anything below 50% probability is release. So I can see down here that I have 20 million gross margin variance with a 90% probability within my portfolio. Along the right-hand side here, I can actually further drill down and see my top 10 projects within the next 2 months that have a probability of a hit occurring. So I'm going to select project number 2680, which is a very high chance of becoming a hit with a value of 580,000. I can drill through to the project detail, and from here I can get the next level where I can see the project manager, contract type, various other elements within my data set, which will allow me to take action to help mitigate the risk of this project becoming a hit. There are various other pages that we've included within this report here, and we encourage you to go in and explore yourself and get to know the data a little bit, as we've included the link to the report here. So commercial application, as just demonstrated, the Power BI dashboard has commercial application both internally to our employees, but also externally to the clients that we work with on a daily basis. There's also wider benefits across a number of categories there with employees, winning business, and so forth. Our next steps are to introduce further develop the report by introducing individual user views, which will give a filtered view depending on the role. It's also to introduce project size sliders, to create a new model using neural networks, which will allow us more accuracy in creating drill down applications within the model. Also to automate flagging of hit projects via email, and to investigate regional variability. Thank you very much for listening to our presentation.